Hello, welcome to the second part of our Neptune Analyzer free training series. I sincerely hope you, your family, and friends are all safe and healthy. Today's session is split into the following parts where we'll discuss network security, the importance of behavior analysis, NetFlow Analyzer's forensics and security analytics features, and how they can help you secure your network, the forecasting and planning features in NetFlow Analyzer, traffic shaping, distributed monitoring, alerts, and some of the latest updates in the product. So what is network security and why exactly is it relevant? Network security can be a program or a set of rules or configurations designed to protect the confidentiality and integrity of your network and data against hacking or any kind of misuse. And this concept of security is becoming more and more important over the years. If you take a look at the graph here, the number of data breaches has increased drastically over the last 5 years. While this might seem like a huge number in itself, this is just one form of security issue, and these are just the breaches reported in the US. So, why exactly is network security important? The importance of networks in businesses have grown over time just as much as the networks have grown in size. And bigger networks face bigger problems when compromised. This could further lead to loss of data, privacy, and various other issues, thereby increasing the importance of improving network safety. And this is not easy, especially since attacks and security threats are becoming more and more challenging to prevent or troubleshoot. So we will be talking about an important management technique that will help you keep your network safe from these issues. Security systems are predominantly classified into three types, and these include a firewall, an intrusion detection or a prevention system, a network behavior analysis system, or a network behavior anomaly detection system. While all three of them have their own unique strengths and weaknesses, they complement each other and form a complete network security strategy. The first two are, however, widely used and perceived as essential components, but the third not so. And this lack of a behavior analysis system leaves the network vulnerable to zero-day intrusions, unknown worms, internal threats, etc. And it also leads to your network lagging behind in terms of overall traffic and visibility. NetFlow Analyzer offers two features to help you perform behavior analysis and identify and prevent or troubleshoot any possible network or security issue. The first feature we'll be talking about is network forensics or the network forensics report. While network forensics is primarily used for detecting malware and attacks in your network, it can also be used as a proactive method to monitor and identify issues in the network infrastructure, overall performance, and bandwidth usage. Security concerns in your network might start as something simple like a traffic spike or a bottleneck. These are, however, often ignored, especially in developing organizations assumed to be application growth or increase in the number of users. But neglecting these issues can result in data breaches, loss of customer data, or even devices crashing. Every time there's a traffic spike or bottleneck, before rushing in to scale up your bandwidth to support the incoming traffic, it's important to look at things like growth pattern and frequency of the spikes or anomalies and determine the root cause of the spikes. While the increase in traffic could be due to positive organizational growth, the bandwidth anomalies or spike could be caused by anything from a mail server problem to a hacking attempt. And that is exactly why you need a network forensics solution. The network forensics report helps you monitor these changes and irregularities in your network that may otherwise go unnoticed. It gives you an in-depth view of your network and allows you to drill down to the root cause of the issue. It monitors your network in real time, analyzing possible threats and bottlenecks and helping you troubleshoot. The forensics report is one of the most important and advanced reports in NetFlow Analyzer. One of the challenges in performing network forensics is the huge amount of data generated in a network. NetFlow Analyzer uses raw data to generate forensics reports, and that includes every bit of flow information that has been exported from the devices to provide better visibility into network issues. It also helps in drilling down to the anomalies in your network and thus helps finding the reasons why business critical applications are not utilizing the allotted bandwidth. Let me quickly switch over to the UI and show you how you can generate a forensics report. So in order to generate a forensics report, you need to make sure that your raw data is turned on, and this can be done under settings, NetFlow, storage settings. And as you can see here right now, raw data has already been turned down, and the raw data retention period has been set to 2 hours. So you can change this and set it up to a maximum of 1 month. And always before generating a forensics report, ensure that it is turned on because it's turned off by default. So once you've turned the raw data on, you can navigate to reports, NetFlow, and forensics. Here you can select the device type, the device for which you want to generate the report, the interface. You can also define any criteria here, which includes like including or excluding a particular source or destination address or a source or destination IP. And you can set your custom time period here for which you want to generate the report. And while you set the custom time period, always ensure that the time period you've selected falls within the raw data retention period. And once you select all the desired criteria and click generate report, it will display the corresponding data, which includes the in and out traffic, in and out application details, the source and destination details, DSCP, TCP flags, next hop, the top conversations, AS view, multicast, and median data. The forensics report gives you all the information you need to identify the exact source of the issue in your network and thereby helps you troubleshoot it in real time. The next feature we'll be looking into is NetFlow Analyzer's Advanced Security Analytics module. Some of the most common threats to network security of an organization includes DDoS attacks, scanso probes, and botnets. The most common type of network probe is probably the port scan. A port scan is the method used by intruders to discover the services running on a target machine and then plan an attack to vulnerable services and ports. Whereas the botnet is the number of interconnected devices, each of which is running on one or more bots. Once they're compromised, these botnets can be used to steal data, send spam, allow the attackers to access devices and its connections, and also perform attacks like distributed denial of service attack. So a denial of service attack or a DOS attack is a cyber attack where the attacker makes a machine or network resource unavailable to its intended users by temporarily or indefinitely disrupting the services of the host. This is done by flooding the targeted machine or resource with a huge number of requests to overload the systems. In a distributed denial of service attack or a DDoS attack, the incoming traffic flooding the victim originates from multiple different sources, and this effectively makes it impossible to stop the attack by simply blocking a single source. The only solution to evade or recuperate from an attack as severe as a DDoS attack is to carefully record and study the size of these attacks, the type and frequency of the attacks as well. And this is possible only with a network behavior analysis tool. NetFlow Analyzer's Advanced Security Analytics module uses the exported NetFlow packets, analyzes them, and generates report for network anomalies. It has a specially built continuous stream mining engine that performs network behavior analysis, thereby sensing these attacks before they bring the entire network down. ASAM analyzes the information in the flow and classifies them as various security events or anomalies. It identifies junk traffic using its advanced mining algorithm and categorizes them into 4 problem classes: as suspect flows, bad source or destination, DDoS, and scans or probes. Where bad source or destination covers any flow whose source or destination IP is suspicious. Here the problems covered are traffic with suspect IP addresses to excessive network broadcast by a particular IP address. A flow cannot be classified as an anomaly based on just a bad IP alone, because an attack can always occur from any legitimate IP address too. So what we do is we also monitor conversations. Conversation has many attributes in it, and many attacks can be identified based on the character of such attributes. Suspect flows captures all the problems which fall under this category. That is, any problem whose attribute other than source or destination IP address is suspicious. The third problem class we have is distributed denial of service attack, which, as we discussed, involves the flooding of a host with continuous communication requests by numerous distributed computers, which leads to a bandwidth bottleneck, denying the legitimate users the access to the service. Any such possible attack on a network is classified under the problem class DDoS. And the fourth category is scans or probes, which monitors threats that attack vulnerable ports, and ASM tries to identify any such possible threat to a service. When you click on the attacks tab, you will be able to see that the issues are categorized into these four classes. So let me quickly switch over and show you that in the UI. So as you can see, all the attacks is classified into these four categories. And if you drill down into any one of them, you can see the overview of the particular attack, which will give you the source occupancy, destination occupancy, source and destination IP and port details, the number of packets, the total number of hits, the class, as well as the algorithm used. You can also view the top offenders, the targets and the geolocation, the traffic sources from which the attacks have arisen, as well as the number of unique connections made. This will again include the source and destination IP as well as the port and protocol details. And then we have the field details, which will give you an overview of all of this important information. So with these details, you can easily identify which IP is accessing the network and which router is affected and block or limit their access. Before you can access all of this data, always make sure you have enabled ASM in NetFlow Analyzer UI. It is usually disabled by default, and this can be done under Settings, NetFlow, and Attacks. ASM has a set of predefined algorithms for detecting and managing these issues, and you can either enable or disable them and categorize them based on your network's requirements. You can also set thresholds based on severity for each category. And you can also generate alerts, which are very much similar to the alert profile in NetFlow Analyzer, which we will be discussing in the following slides. So all you have to do is click Add, select the criteria, define the criteria for which you want to generate the alert, which can be including or excluding a particular IP, an output or input interface, a particular router IP, or a particular source or destination port, and name the alert and save the settings. So the ASM module categorizes attacks and keeps track of every possible event or issue in your network, thereby helping you keep it secure. How do you plan bandwidth requirements and how to limit the usage of non-business apps? One of the reports we've added recently to NetFlow Analyzer is the forecast report. As the name suggests, it forecasts your network's bandwidth utilization. Let me quickly switch over and show you how you can generate a forecast report and how it works in the UI. So you navigate to reports, NetFlow, and forecast. So here you can select the source, the device, the interface, And you can select the traffic type, which can be speed, volume, or utilization, and the time period. You can also choose to enable a business hour filter where you can specify your business hours and generate the report for that time period alone. And you can also choose to include or exclude weekends. So this particular report analyzes usage trends and traffic patterns to predict what could be your traffic activity for the selected time period. And the accuracy of this data depends on how many or how many days of data is already available. So the next report or the next feature we'll be looking into is capacity planning report, which gives you a complete detailed information about the bandwidth usage over a particular period of time. It recognizes and identifies usage patterns and application growth based on which you can plan your future bandwidth needs. Let's take a look at this in the UI. So click on capacity planning report right here. Select the source, device, and here again you can select the time period and exclude or include weekends, enable or disable business hour filters, and you can also select the granularity right here. So the capacity planning report displays the overall bandwidth usage with 1 minute granularity, the average usage on a daily basis, the overall application in and out traffic, which gives you the top applications in your network, and the application growth, the in and out application growth, which will show you how much how much the applications in your network have grown over a given period of time. And you can use this information to detect if it's an anomalous growth or if the number of users have actually grown. And in case you find any suspicious traffic or any particular application that has been hogging your bandwidth, you can either block or limit the access to that particular application. And with this data, you can also use our billing report to get an estimate of your bill plans. Now that you know what your bandwidth usage trend is and what your approximate future bandwidth needs are, the next step is to prioritize your bandwidth for critical applications. And for this, NetFlow Analyzer offers two traffic shaping options, which are ACL and service policy. So the ACL or access control list is a feature that allows you to filter out traffic for layer 4 apps by blocking IPs that hog your network. Let me quickly switch over and show you how it's done in the UI. So we'll go back to the inventory, devices. And if you drill down into any of the devices here, click on settings, and here you have the ACL option. So with ACL, you can either select one of the existing standards or you can create a new ACL and then decide to permit or deny access for a particular IP. So if you click on ACL, as you can see, there are two types of ACL here, which is the standard ACL and the extended ACL. So standard ACL can permit or deny traffic based on only the source address, while the extended ACL will help you permit or deny traffic based on both the source and the destination addresses, as well as the TCP, UDP, ICMP traffic types. The next option we have is service policy, and with this option, you can classify your applications based on class and assign a service policy to them. So these are the existing policies. So if you want to create something custom, what you can do is click add class, type in a class name and choose to match or not match the particular statement, select the criteria and save the settings. And once you're done creating a class, you can click on add policy. Enter the policy name, select the desired class, enter in the criteria and save. And based on the policy that you are setting here, you will be able to decide how much access you want to allow for a particular IP or applications, or permit or deny an application. Now that you have identified the critical and non-critical applications in your network and changed your policies to suit them, how do you validate these policies that you've just set? The class-based quality of service feature in NFA helps you with just that. So with the Cisco CBQS feature, you can compare your pre-policy and post-policy performance. Let me quickly show you that in the UI. So drill down to the inventory and drill down to any one of the interfaces. And in the CBQS tab, you will be able to see the pre-policy and post-policy performance of the particular classes or the particular policies and the total traffic drop. And with this information, you will be able to identify if the changes you made, the policy changes you made, are actually working for your network or not. The next feature we'll be looking into is alerts. So this feature has also been updated, and we now have two different types of alerts that we can generate: real-time and aggregated alerts. So earlier we had the alert feature where we could generate link down and no flow alerts and threshold-based alerts based on IP range, IP address, port and protocol range based on applications and DHCPs. And now we have two different alerts. And let me quickly give you a demo of how each of these work. So here you can go to settings, NetFlow, and alert profiles. So as you can see, there are two types of alerts, which are the real-time and aggregated alert. So the real-time alert is exactly the same as the alert feature we had earlier before this update, where the alert is set to be generated when the data usage threshold per minute is violated more than the permitted number of times. So here all you have to do is type in the profile name, the description. You can select the source, and here all IP groups are selected by default. If you remove this, you will be able to select any particular IP group for which you want to generate the alert. And you can select the criteria as in traffic, out traffic, or both, and then define the threshold here. Since it's you can select it based on utilization, volume, speed, or packets. And it can be set to be greater than or less than a particular value. So let's say it's greater than 70% 2 times in 10 minutes. Then you can set the severity accordingly, which is either critical, trouble, or attention, and select how you want the alert to be generated or how you want to be notified. So this can be either via email, SNMP trap, SMS, or you can even log an STP ticket, which will be automatically assigned to the technician every time an alert is raised. Here again, you can select the time zone, exclude or include weekends, and select the business hour filter. So in addition to the real-time alert, we now have the aggregated alert profile. So here the alert is set to be generated when total volume or the number of packets over a given period of time crosses the set threshold. So here again, you can generate it based on interfaces, IP groups, interface groups, access point groups, as well as SSID groups. So you can select the source right here, one or multiple sources. And you can select custom or periodic time, where the periodic time helps you give a start time And you can select the time period where it can be once every 10 minutes or once every 20 minutes, once every 30 or 50 minutes. You can also select it based on hours, days, and months. And in addition to that, you can select the time zone, the business hour filters, and exclude or include weekends. Whereas the custom time period gives you the option to select the start as well as end time and date. So here you can choose to generate this report between any two time periods, any two dates, or any particular time period. And once this is done, you again define the criteria here or the threshold right here, select the severity and select how you want to be notified, and you can go ahead and generate the alert. So the next topic we're going to discuss today is the distributed monitoring in NetFlow Analyzer, or the enterprise edition we have in NetFlow Analyzer. So this is what a typical distributed network setup looks like, which involves a single central server and n number of distributed collectors distributed globally. And based on the number of remote locations, you will have the particular number of collectors. So the collectors collect and process the flows from routers and passes this compressed data to the central server through a secure HTTPS connection. And the central server monitors this data from collectors and provides a centralized web console for generating reports. So let me quickly switch over to the UI and show you what a distributed or an enterprise edition setup looks like. So this setup right here is a distributed monitoring setup where this is the centralized console or the central server, and here you will be able to see the list of all collectors linked here. So as you can see right here, there's one collector, and when you select that particular collector, it will immediately switch over to a view where you can monitor just that particular collector. And when you switch back to all collectors view, it will give you a centralized view of all the collectors or the combined data of all the collectors in your network. So this particular edition is scalable up to 80K flows per second and lets you monitor all your remote locations from one single console. And it's specifically made for organizations with larger or distributed networks. And we have the option to switch or upgrade from the Essential Edition to the Enterprise Edition using the distributed monitoring feature, which you can find under configuration settings. So let me just quickly show you that. So under settings, yeah, as you can see here, all you have to do is and select enable distributed mode, select the port for the central server, name the different collectors, and click on enable. So this is a reversible process, and once it is switched to the enterprise edition, you will not be able to switch back. So there are three major updates we have in our latest release, and NetFlow Analyzer gives you the option to integrate with two Manage Engine products now. So the first one we'll discuss is the Application Manager integration. So a Manage Engine Applications Manager is a solution that monitors application performance, servers, databases, cloud, URL, etc. While NetFlow Analyzer monitors your network bandwidth, traffic of devices and interfaces in real time and helps you keep track of your network performance. So before this integration, NetFlow Analyzer classified its applications as layer 7 and layer 4 applications, and monitored their utilization based on applications that are predefined based on INA and their port and protocol details. So you also had the option to map custom applications, but this had to be done manually. So with this integration, you can now map all your applications manager apps to NetFlow Analyzer automatically and monitor their network traffic and easily identify apps that consume the most traffic. So let's quickly take a look at this in the UI. So again, navigate to settings, general settings, and third-party integrations, and click configure. So here again, all you have to do is type in the URL, which is the protocol IP address or server name, enter the port, and enter in the API key from Applications Manager. You can select fetch device, fetch services, fetch DNS names, and we also have an option to fetch the details from APM server every 24 hours. So if you select this particular option, the process will get automated and you don't have to do it every time you or manually sync it every time. So enter in all these details and click save. So once this is done, you can navigate to settings, NetFlow, and mappings, and all the services or the applications manager application will be listed here under services. So what you can do is either directly monitor them from here, or in case there is one particular service or one particular custom application that you want to manually add, you can just click on add, type in the service name, the port and protocol details, the IP address, and map them to NetFlow Analyzer. So these will be displayed in the NetFlow Analyzer UI. Once it has been integrated, you can just go to the inventory, and here you have a services tab, in addition to the layer 4 and layer 7 applications. So right now it hasn't been configured, but once you integrate it with Applications Manager, you will be able to see all the services listed right here. And with this particular integration, you will be able to identify the applications that consume the most traffic. In addition to this, there is a widget you can add to the dashboard for these services, and you can generate alarms for these services, generate reports like a search and forensics report for these services specifically. So this is what it will look like once it's integrated. So you will have a separate tab called services where all the services will be listed down. You can drill down further, just like you would drill down to any interface or a device, and view all the metrics related to that particular service or application. So right now, this is a one-way integration, and these metrics can be monitored only from the NetFlow Analyzer UI. And these are the additions that support this integration, which is NetFlow Analyzer build 125160 or above, and the Applications Manager Professional Edition build 14690 or above. And it is available only in the NetFlow Analyzer Essential Edition as of now. So the next feature we have is the oputils integration, which is an IP address and switch port management software. oputils is now available as an add-on in NetFlow Analyzer, and enabling this IPAM SPM add-on helps you by providing in-depth insights into network ports, information about connected devices, the ability to inspect IP addresses more precisely, and intuitive widgets that enable easier management. So let me switch over to the UI. So here we have a separate tab for IPAM. And if you drill down to any one of these, you will be able to see, say, the switch summary, which gives you the number of ports, including the percentage used, availability, the transient ports, and gives a comprehensive summary about the switches in your network. And the port information you have will list all the ports scanned in your networks and provides port availability information to tell you whether a particular port in your network is being used or is available. This thereby helps you to check the port status column if a port is up or not. And then you again have the port view, where you will be able to graphically display switches and ports that are connected to them. And then you again have the alerts tab, which will help you curate and display alarms raised by the switches in your network. Based on this, you can see if a particular IP is consuming more bandwidth than desired, and you can find that particular port the IP is connected to and limit or block it. So using this add-on, you can view connected device details such as the connected MAC address, connected IP address, and the connected DNS. The particular add-on also comes with a load of useful widgets to help you better understand your network. And the add-on provides information like a summary of the network interface card, DNS status memory, the top 10 groups with occupied IPs, and an IP availability summary. So another big update we have with this release is that we have released an updated version of Netflow Analyzer's iOS app. It comes with a lot of new enhancements for better user experience. And to name a few, you can now connect to the demo server from the app. The dashboard will now have a single column for better visibility and no more empty widgets occupying the screen space. We have reduced the size of the widgets, especially the ones with no data. The search and filter options have been added to alarms, and you can now filter alarms by severity, infrastructure, time, and acknowledgement status, and perform swipe actions in the alarms list itself. And another update we have in alarms is that you can perform actions like ping, trace route, clear, acknowledge, and share options have been introduced. And you can also filter devices and interfaces based on their type, and this can be done from the inventory. So the device details will now include device traffic, interface, applications, source, top destinations, top QoS, top conversations, ASU, and attached tab. And apart from this, you also can now monitor your access point groups and SSID groups in addition to the IP and interface groups. You can also monitor your WLC devices, including controllers, SSIDs, client IP, client MAC, and access points. So those are some of the updates we have. So please do check out the new app. So that will be the end of our webinar. And before we move on to the Q&A, let me give you a quick recap of what was discussed in today's session. So we started with network security and its increasing importance in businesses. Then about behavior analysis, which is a very important and efficient way to proactively monitor and keep track of your network and keep it away from any issues it could face. Then we talked about the two features Netflow Analyzer offers, which is the network forensics and advanced security analytics module that will help you secure your network from bottlenecks, outages, and threats. And then we discuss the reporting features, the two reporting features we have that will help you efficiently forecast and plan your bandwidth. And then about the two alerting features, traffic shaping, the distributed monitoring in Netflow Analyzer, as well as the three new product updates we had. So let's quickly move on to the Q&A. So these are some of the questions asked during the session and some of the frequently asked questions as well. So first question is, can I generate a forensics report for a customized time period? Yes, you can generate a forensics report for a custom time period. Let me quickly switch over and show you that in the UI. So under reports, NetFlow, go to forensics. And here, as you can see, you have the from and to boxes where you can select the custom date as well as the time. And you can generate this for any time period based on your raw data available. Can I generate a forensics report for multiple criteria? Yes, you can add multiple criteria for a report. You can define the criteria one by clicking the add button right here. Yeah, so you can select the criteria, choose to include or exclude, and type in the details. And once you enter in the IP, you can just click add right here and add multiple criteria. Can I export the forensics report? Yes, you can export the forensic report as well as all other reports and graphs in NetFlow Analyzer. So once you enter the credentials and generate the report, on the top right corner, you will have options to generate all of our reports via email or as a PDF or a CSV file. Do I need an additional license for ASAM? No, you don't need an additional license for ASAM. It is available by default in NetFlow Analyzer's Enterprise Edition. I'm monitoring 4 interfaces in a device, but I need ASAM only for 2. Is it possible? Yes, this is in fact customizable. So you can navigate to settings, NetFlow, and attach license management. So here you can select the devices and choose to, you can even custom select the number of interfaces in the device. So here there are 3, so you can just click on 2 to select just the 2 you need, and you can enable or disable them. Okay, so can we use the NetFlow Analyzer only as a mobile app? No, the NetFlow Analyzer mobile app cannot be used just by itself. You need to have NetFlow Analyzer installed in your network, and you can then log into your NetFlow Analyzer app with those credentials. So these are some of the questions we received today, and I hope our panelists have answered all the other questions that you have asked during the session. And there's one more thing I would like to share. Thanks to all the wonderful reviews we've received from our customers, we have been able to be a part of the Gartner Awards as well as their Magic Quadrant. A few more reviews from you would help us get closer to achieving the same in 2020 as well. And as a token of gratitude, we will be sending across a $25 gift card to all the customers whose reviews get published in the Gartner portal. So we will be sharing this presentation with you, and you can go to the link and give us a review. Please remember there will be a survey at the end of the webinar. You can fill in the survey to let us know how we can improve our training sessions. And should you be interested in the product, you can also request a free personalized demo directly from the survey itself. So that will be the end of our session. And if you have any further questions, you can directly reach out to our team at netflowanalyzer-support@manageengine.com or directly through one of these numbers. And our product experts will get back to you in a very short period of time and help you with your queries. Feel free to check out our free online demo link as well, which is a publicly available domain to get a hands-on experience on the product. And thank you for joining us today. Have a good day.